The crew is now opening the hatch and beginning to exit the crew lock and begin today's spacewalk. It'll officially begin once they switch over to battery power.
The hatch is open and locked in place. Copy that, EV1. I see the hatch open and the step number 14, emergency MPEV, is closed. Over to you, Aki, and have a great EVA, EV1 and 2. Thanks, Maker. Thank you, Maker.
As Kenai gets his footing, they'll start with a buddy check, making sure that all of their tools, equipments, and tethers are in place before they start heading out to their respective work sites.
That was outstanding egress, Nemo. Thank you. Really, that was awesome. More, are you back on my VFD? Okay. Oh. Mark, we got about 60 to go, 60 centimeters. Copy. 40. Okay. I got some 35.5 turns and 68 pounds for the torque and the good green light.
Copy, visually.
Out.
Copy, you read my mind.
A great view of both astronauts. That's Mark Van de Heij in the foreground there. You can tell by the red stripes on his thighs. He's at the end of the portable foot restraint that's attached to the station's robotic arm. They got to the first checkpoint on his way to what's referred to as the POA. That's the workstation that Norishige Kanai is at there in the background.
POA. I agree.
Norishige Kanai using the pistol grip tool to unscrew those EDFs. Those are the expanding diameter fasteners, the bolts that are securing the latching end effector onto the external platform. He's got 3 to unscrew with that tool before handing over to Mark Van de Heij, who is currently on the end of the station's robotic arm. A couple extra brackets holding the spare part in place before handing over, but that one will be moved to its new location over at the mobile base system, where Mark Van de Heij and Norishige Kanai were earlier today on this spacewalk.
Okay, Mark, we're going to go ahead and get set up for the joint OCAS, and we'll let you know before we start. It'll be a 3-minute maneuver. Copy. Nice job to the robotics folks for planning this robotics maneuver, because this is a tight one. It's going between a lot of stuff. I agree, and the numbers have been great. Just got a good view of the camera.
Yep. Robo's listening and smiling.
Less than 3 hours into this planned 6.5-hour spacewalk, both of our spacewalkers are now getting ready for get-ahead tasks. The primary objectives of today's spacewalk are complete, and now they're getting ready for 2 separate get-ahead tasks. Basically, since they're out there, they have the ability to get some of these lower priority tasks done.
Yeah, Mark, we saw it reel in to the airlock. It might be behind one of the crew lock bags.
Okay. Okay.
So with all of the tools for future get-ahead tasks in tow, off the spacewalkers go to their respective get-ahead tasks. First is Mark Vandehei from this view right here, going back into the portable foot restraint where he's been for most of the day's tasks. This time their foot restraint is on the external stowage platform, and the robotic arm is positioned for lubrication. In that bag that he's got attached to him are a couple of tools that'll help him with the lubrication activity, basically to grease the inside of the newly swapped out latching end effector that was swapped back in an extravehicular activity earlier this year, back in January. He'll use what's called a BLT, ball screw lubrication tool, put some grease on the end of it, and begin that maintenance task. In the meantime, with future get-ahead tasks and tools in mind, Nemo and I will go over to the workstation where they were earlier in the EVA to sort of clean up some of the activities that they kind of bounced past to make sure they got their primary task objectives completed. He'll clean up that workspace, and then as time permits, get some of those get-ahead tasks accomplished.
Copy. And HAPS?
HAPS is dry.
So, last minute change up from here in Mission Control Houston. Since it is orbital nighttime, instead of moving the portable foot restraint, they're just going to start wrapping up today's extravehicular activity and begin ingress, or basically getting into the crew airlock, close the hatch, and begin repressurization. So with that, once the repressurization begins, that will mark the official end of today's spacewalk. Again, they ran significantly ahead of schedule. What was scheduled as a 6.5-hour spacewalk today, now we're sitting at 5.5 hours. They'll take a couple minutes to get themselves situated, and it might take some time, but still running ahead of schedule to wrap up today's EVA.